back at it again here on a Thursday night at TEKNOBLAST Gaming with SIKSLAYER and the Realist. What's up, guys? What's going on?
What it do?
What it do, boys?
What up,
What
homie?
it do? Oh my God, the Texans made some splashes, man. Signing Diggs. Woo! Super Bowl bound now.
Man, normally it runs in steps, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Like, I mean, they made it to the playoffs. They got to win. It might be the next natural step. But at the end of the day, I still think it's time to start making. I mean, they got, Danielle Hunter? They need one more guy. Possibly in the secondary. Like, a difference maker. But there aren't very many of those available, especially at this stage.
Word. Guys, let me tell you. You guys saw it in my post on Twitter. I've been playing this banger of a game on PlayStation 5 that's a Starfield killer.
Oh,
Called Fort Solis. Let me tell you, man, you guys are missing out. You guys gonna have the FOMO. Is that how it goes? FOMO?
FOMO.
I don't know how to use these cool words that the young guys are using today. But man, you got to run out and get it, man. Fort Solis is the one to get, man. You want another walking simulator, no sprint? Get Fort Solis,
no
man.
sprint?
No.
Oh, wow.
Not even in the cutscenes?
Just in the cutscenes, man. That's the only time when he hauls ass. That is the only time. And yeah, there's no. Oh, and then I was telling you guys, like, Realist didn't realize it. It's a 2.5 hour game.
Wow.
All right, it's a 2 hour and a half. I think they were charging $30 for it. So that's not too bad, I guess. Right? Maybe $20 would have been better. I think I paid like $15. It was on Woot for sale, and I picked it up. Woot woot. And so I finished off Ishin. I was like, all right, man. It's like I've had enough of Yakuza type games. Like I need a break from it because those type of games you gotta put a buffer in between. You can't be like running through them one after the other. And so I was like, oh man, it's like I got this Fort Solis. Let me go in. It's like let me see how long it is. It's like, oh, it's about 2.5 hours. That's not too bad. I'll do that one. Jumped on it. And, you know, you going through the tutorials and all that. And I'm like, all right, where's the sprint? I tried every button. There ain't no sprint, man. Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
So I'm saying here, if it did have sprint, the game would have been like an hour long. But because you're only walking, that's why it's 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Because it takes your ass to get to one place to the other forever to get there. And then let's say you took a wrong turn, like, oh man, I got to go to the other side. There you go again. Stroll into the other side of space station or wherever the mining station.
Here I go again on my own.
So is the story at least good?
It's interesting because it's you know it's on this one planet. It doesn't say what planet. They call it the station or the base that they call it. It's called Fort Solis, and I don't know if they're mining or they're doing research. I think it's more about research, and all of a sudden everybody disappears. Nobody knows why. Right? There's two characters. There's one that you control and the one that you hear over your earpiece, your partner. And so nobody knows what's going on. Is it monsters? Is it people just going crazy? You know, is it one planet like Poe saying? Yep, it's one planet, right? One location. And but I still haven't found out what it is. I just know everybody's gone and the guy, you know, you're trying to figure out what's going on. You're listening to recordings that people left behind. You find bodies, and you know that's that's when you know you something's going on because you find a body, and then in audio recordings too. You got video recordings and audio recordings, so you have to kind of piece it together and see what's going on. So run out and get it, man. The Starfield killer, woo! Fort Solis, man.
$9.99.
It's $9.99 right now.
No, that's when I'll check it out.
Yeah, $9.99. 2.5 hour game. It would have been like I said, a 1 hour game if it had sprint, but it doesn't have sprint. So.
Wow.
So if that's a deal breaker for you, don't get it.
No, I went back to the actual Starfield game.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I never 100%ed the game. I played it where I wanted to. Basically, tried to what would you call it? Like a freight hauler or whatever.
Mhm.
Trying to do the government contracts where you need to send them a specific type of ore or whatever. Uh, so I did a lot of base building, and I didn't know that once you finish the game, you start all the way over. And after all the building I did, that didn't sound too attractive. So, but I never played the Ryujin quest line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay,
So
that company.
yeah, so that's one of the things I have left, and then I think I'll be done with it. Then I'll be waiting until the DLC drops. But still been playing Final Fantasy 12.
Man, that reminds me. I still need to get that Cyberpunk DLC, man. I still haven't gotten it.
Oh, I
No?
got the Cyberpunk on PC.
I still haven't got that DLC yet. I need to get it.
Surprised me, you beat that game.
Yeah, I beat that game a long time ago. Yeah.
Phantom Liberty.
Yep.
Mhm.
What my man's Idris Elba.
Oh man, Poe's in the chat. All right, that fool talking shit to me on Twitter earlier. He's like, "Oh,
What
your
up,
Astros
Bucky?
2-7
Poe.
or 2-5." Like, man, this mother.
I saw that.
like my post had nothing to do with sports. But oh yeah, it did. I said sports, but yeah, he threw that in there to jab at me. I was like, "You mother."
Hey man, it's easy jabs. You gonna
It
take
is.
it? You know what
It
I'm
is.
saying?
It's easy when it's only the first 5 games, right, or 7
I
games.
was going to say it's 7. It's early in the season. But a sweep is still a sweep.
A sweep is a
Sweep is
sweep,
still a
man.
sweep.
That really hurts right there. It does.
Especially from my team. You
Especially
know what I'm saying?
from
Like, damn.
See, and it's always a team that I know somebody's a fan of.
I mean,
That's the thing about it. Like, I'm a fan only because I'm from the city. Not, you know, I
Right.
don't. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know who's playing on the team. I don't know none of that stuff no more, right? But
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, it's because like you've been saying, bro, it's people you know who could just mess with you on. I'm
Oh,
not
it's
messing
every
with you.
time, man.
Damn.
And
I
every
didn't
time,
know
and then
this.
who was it? Also, all my Ranger buddies. I think when did the season start? So it was after we talked. So
Yeah.
and so the season started last week, and of course the Astros get swept by the Yankees. And what do you know? Here comes the Ranger fans. Oh, sending me screenshot of the standings. Like we're in. How's it feel to be with the A's down in the basement? I was like, I don't know. You guys were in there too, so whatever. You guys have
what
been
are
down
you
there
talking-
more than we have. So you tell me.
that's 160 games, man.
Yeah. And so
I'm not getting too high.
And I just go, oh, you shooting your shot already, huh? I was like, that's kind of early to shooting your shot, man. So,
Because you also got to look at it like, I think it was the Eagles and the Chiefs, in a rematch. It's like, dude, we won the Super Bowl. Like, you could have played the game of your life. It doesn't matter. We won.
Yeah.
So it's like all these years of the Astros being the Yankees, and the Yankees are like coming out like Michael Jordan, but we got to make a statement. Like, dude, no.
Yeah.
yeah. So, and then, yeah, my Ranger buddies, and it's like, they just wouldn't shut up. It was like, oh. So now you want to talk shit. Y'all everybody's coming out under that rock that we're living in the last 10 years, right? Under that rock, right? With their crisp, brand new jersey and t-shirts with their clean hat, not even sweaty or anything. It's like, yeah, all nice and shiny. And so-
Look, it's the season is. Look, I'm in a Red Sox group.
Yeah.
These dudes are up and down all year. It's like, dude, no. And then, you know what? I'm a fan, but I can tell when my team is a winner. It's like, I'm not like these people get mad. It's like, Shane gets mad. It's like, dude.
Oh, Shane. Yeah.
Yes.
Like he rocks with his teams. I give him that, but it's like, it's just not y'all's
Shane
day.
G, right?
Shane.
G. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just not your year, man.
It's,
I did lose a bet to him.
I think he likes Pirates too, don't he? I like the Pirates.
I think he likes the Pirates.
I thought he liked all Pennsylvania teams, but he's a 49er fan, and the rest, I think, are Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so I've been rocking like Pittsburgh for a good while with the Pirates, not the other teams. And so I'll go on Reddit and people are like, hey, and I go, hey man, this is the Astros fan, but I also like the Pirates, yada yada. Oh man, it's like, I'm sorry, man, but this, I feel sorry for you because this team is terrible. This is a few years ago, right? And I was like, oh man, that'll be all right. They got some nice players, and it's like, just wait, man. Give us some time, and so on and so forth. Nah, they always start out hot, and they start filtering out after 2 weeks. And I was like, all right. And so this
You're talking
week,
about the Pirates, right?
the Pirates, yeah. But this year,
That's
man,
true.
I know it's only 7-8 games, man, but they're fucking just loading it up on the other team, man, big time. So I don't know.
Nah,
Pirates.
what they told you is true, man. Like they come out, they're motivated, they're hyped up, and then reality starts to set in. They start losing, and remember that they're the Pirates.
Yeah, that's what
It
they
is-
say. Yeah.
It is what it is, bro. Hey, but at least you didn't like jump on a bandwagon. So I was messing with you about having 2 teams,
Yeah.
but it's like I can't call you a bandwagon. I don't know what your purpose for liking the Pirates are, but
You know what it is? I'll tell you. I know it's gonna sound lame. Probably sounds like a woman's answer. Is their color scheme, and it's just pirates. You know,
Wow.
their team logo or mascot, pirates.
Wow. That really is a terrible reason.
See, but their park is beautiful though. I want to go. That's the thing. I think their park is like one of the best looking ones as you can, if you look at the pictures.
Hey, Tech, I put a link in the chat, so when I get to my turn, I'm gonna reference that. So I'll just have that ready from Discord.
Oh, that's right. He got that thing.
Yeah.
Let me go get it. So, yep. Me. Dang it! I can't control my crap here. All right. All right. This guy wants to talk about his. What is this? From Alibaba or something or what?
Well, I ordered it from AliExpress, but I could have gotten it from Amazon. I don't know why I did that. Oh, I know why. Because somebody had said, one of these YouTubers who follows these
flea
guys.
market handheld, man.
Check it out. Oh, Peep Game. Oh, Peep Game. Oh, hell yeah. If you ever watch like the Fox, Retro Cord, like all these guys who do these handheld game systems, right?
Yeah.
So I had one of them from Ambernick, or in fact that friend of yours, who was on the episode a month or 2 ago. He was talking about devices like
Solo.
these. Yeah, he was talking about devices like these. So
Yeah.
should have just bought it on Amazon because I would have had it already, right?
The Pow Kitty.
Pow Kitty. So imagine that animated GIF with the cat where he punches, and it's the 2 frames where he punches the left and right. The Pow Kitty.
The Pow
Just
Kitty,
imagine
man.
that. The Pow Kitty RGB 30. But the thing about this is it's got a pretty good CPU. It's got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The Wi-Fi actually is
Oh my
important because
God. Look
of
at
what
all
I'll
the
explain
options
later.
it has. You want a black,
all-
blue, yellow, purple?
And see, that's the thing with the AliExpress website. I'm looking on an OLED. I couldn't even
How
tell
cute.
the black from the blue. Right? And so I ended up with the blue, even though I wanted the black one. But it's a dark blue, so it's
Yeah.
fine. But anyway, okay. So they have a lot of these, ARM-based devices. You get it. You probably, and if you buy it, from AliExpress, or even on Amazon, right? When you buy it, it'll come with another memory card, full of ROMs and stuff. Completely illegal and shit. Right? But the thing about this screen is that it got a perfectly square screen, by 720 by 720.
Yeah. It's
So
like
if you're playing a lot
Instagram.
of games, right? So a lot of arcade games and all types of different platforms have games where the monitor was on its side, so it's like extra tall, right? In Japan they call that tate mode or whatever. And I play a lot of shoot 'em ups and stuff, so it's a perfect system for that. Also for the
You mean
Pico
like in
8,
portrait mode?
right?
Yeah.
Right. You're still gonna get bars, but the bars are very thin, right? This screen is actually pretty large for what it is. Like you see that whole area right there, where you see that blue car there.
Yeah.
Everywhere that you see is blue is actually the screen. So it has a really, really nice screen. It's something that's made by Pow Kitty, right? But you
Pow
play all
Kitty.
these
I
emulators,
like that name.
and you play all these emulators and stuff, and like it's really good for Game Boy Color, stuff like that, where it fills up the whole screen. The NES, Super Nintendo can fill up the whole screen, but most like retro systems like Super Nintendo, Genesis, or whatever, no, not like Genesis, whatever,
Mhm.
will at least give you most of the screen. So you have like 3.5 inches. You get bars at the top and bottom, but large enough that it's fine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the thing about it too is when you're playing emulators, they have this thing called retro achievements, right?
Uh-huh.
It's retroachievements.org. You can sign up for an account, and then these emulators support that.
Yeah.
So there's achievements for old retro games, like everything, every platform basically, right?
Yeah.
You play, and because it has the Wi-Fi, it can sync up with that. And if you're playing Pico 8 games, look that up. You'll be able to download games.
It even has an
right?
output.
Yeah, it even has HDMI output, but it's not live HDMI output in terms of where you plug it in and all of a sudden it swaps to the screen.
Yeah.
You have to turn it on with it already plugged in and it goes to HDMI mode and then the screen will be off, right?
Yeah.
And it's got Bluetooth. You can plug in a controller, you can plug in whatever. But once again about Pico 8, it's kind of like the Commodore 64, but more modern. And people could develop their own games and give them away. In fact, you could plug this into the HDMI, you go into the Pico 8 mode, right? Like the game emulator, right? And you might be playing a game and you have a Bluetooth keyboard or whatever, and you press F1, and boom, all the programming stuff is right there. You could develop like right on this, make little micro games. But really, it's just for little arcade games, stuff like that. Where I'm finding the ROG Ally and even the Steam Deck were great for that, but like sometimes you want a device that's dedicated to that only and not wasting your battery power on your phone or your handhelds for little weak stuff like that, right? And this is just something I wanted to try out, and looks really good. I don't know. Yeah, Pal Kitty. I don't know why I bought it from AliExpress when I could have got it from Amazon.
You're gonna have to do a short and like be the hype man for this.
Oh, dude!
Everybody, get the Pal Kitty.
Don't you get that animated GIF with the cat, right?
Yeah.
Like
and then like do an explosion. Your whole your scene just shakes like it blew up or something.
But yeah, man, these little handheld devices, they have all types of them out there. This one doesn't run on Android, but there are those that look really nice too, and they cost a bit more, right? Like when we're talking about the G Cloud, like I kept saying, there's a lot of these devices that do as much or better for a lot less.
And RGB 30 right now for $89.99.
Right, but so like one of the arguments against that, which is a fair point. Like I think Realist was giving that example. Like you're buying from this outlet, whatever, and you don't know whatever. Well, a lot of these guys are on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can buy from Amazon. You don't like it, you can send it back or whatever. But so there's a lot of these like devices that run Android or whatever, and they give you that retro game fix. For a lot of people, that's just what they need.
It's just
and
enough.
That into modern game is just enough. It's just enough. You have a little kid, man. Like, dude, they have more games than they know what to do with for about as long as hell. We grew up on the stuff that this is filled with, right? So it worked for us. It could work for them on the go. It has an 8-hour battery. Excellent screen. Excellent screen.
So how many is supposed to come with? How many games?
Well, depending on the size of the memory card, you get 1,000, like 10,000 games.
Jeez.
And they're at the point now where they don't just have like 16 copies of Super Mario Brothers, right?
Oh, I hate those, man.
It's pretty clean. The interface is really nice, right? The default interface is a nice, beautiful.
So there's a dashboard.
Yeah, it's a nice looking dashboard. I should have gotten you a link for that, but yeah, man, really good, really good interface.
Kitty.
The Pal Kitty RGB 30. So I'll have that around the 16th or so. So I don't know why I bought it from Amazon. I don't know why I bought it from thing.
I have this one little like a mini NES, and it comes with like 500 games, but a lot of them is multiples of the same one. I hate that you're talking about, like Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3.
This one is more curated, but here I'm going to give you a link to a YouTube video you can play in the background there. Okay. It has a much better interface, and you'll see the interface. Like this is way better than like once you see the screen, you'll be like, oh, you'll be like, okay. But yeah, it works out really nice. It looks really good. Of course, stupid ads.
Good news.
Good news.
Good news, Best Buy. Screw you.
Yeah, my Best Buy membership. I ain't buy your stupid membership.
Good news. It was only 3 seconds. Ha. Yeah, Retro Game Core. This is one of the guys that's worth watching. Just scroll ahead to the interface or whatever. Whenever he shows like the interface, like.
Let me go to the D-pad unboxing, audio size, software experience.
Yeah, software experience. Hit that up. Yeah. So that's gel off. That boots up like 18 seconds or so, right? Yeah. And then
that's too much time.
It'll pop up. It'll pop up with a nice full interface, like, and you'll see as these switches, like in Pico 8. That's that system I was talking about. It's like a virtual system, but like
look at that.
It has a nice interface. What I'm seeing, nice and clean. It boots right into that complexities, and it comes with lots of ROMs. And there you go. Got the Wi-Fi, all of that, updating the operating system, save states, all the expected stuff.
Yeah.
All the expected stuff. And there, it can if you add ROMs,
they can have me buy
scan online, get the pictures, and they have one on Amazon for like $90. So I should have bought it from Amazon. I don't know. Oh, I know why I bought it on AliExpress because this guy, in fact, Retro Game Core, he had posted, hey, they have it on sale for $75, and then I went there and I was like, oh, I must have missed it, and so, and then I realized later, oh, I could have just bought it from Amazon. Like days later, I realized that, but it's already shipped since. So,
okay, I like it now.
Yeah, now you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
The name is corny, but this is
okay.
And there's a 4x3 game. It fills up most of the screen anyway, even if it's not,
But that's how the games were back then. So it's like
right.
They were in full screen mode. So it's like that's how it was.
And you see the screen. He's not even on the brightest level, and he puts it in dark. You see how good the screen is. Like the one thing he doesn't like here is the little.
I
green
wonder
light
what the angles are like though, because this is straight on looking at it.
Oh, the angles are good too. Angles are good from. I've seen lots of videos where they show angles. Were you gonna say something, Rose?
I was gonna ask you. Did you see that? Man, it's a system. It's like $400, and it adds CD quality sound to all the retro games.
What is it called? Pow Kitty though.
Oh,
it doesn't have a name as cool as that.
Well, it's probably the mystery you're talking about, but you don't need that. You just need like those cartridges that you get for your Super Nintendo, or you could use emulators, right? It's called MSU1. It's like this virtual like chip that doesn't really exist for an emulator, and basically they're able to replace the music from the games with CD quality, versions of the same music. And on top of that, remember like back in the day, like the system wouldn't be able to play the music and the sound effects at the same time. So certain, like the drum effect or whatever, if you were shooting it at the same time as certain parts of the music wouldn't play. Well, that doesn't happen now since the sound chip of the game doesn't have to worry about music, just the sound effects. Here, all the sound effects plus this remastered music or whatever. And a lot of these emulator devices, I don't know if this one supports that or not. It should, but you don't even need to do that with hardware. But if you want, you can just get yourself one of those. On Super Nintendo, it's called the FX Pack Pro, whatever. It's basically a ROM cartridge for Super Nintendo, and you put your ROMs on there, and it supports all that stuff you're talking about with the music and stuff in the cartridge. So you don't need to buy a whole Mister for that. But if you get a Mister, what you're talking about, yeah, it does all types of systems, and you get all of that and then some.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool. I mean, but even the Pop Kitty, if I didn't have things that already emulated, I'd definitely be interested. Because what is that? The Steam Deck makes it so easy with the
yes.
What's the name of that thing? Sick with the EmuDeck.
Yeah.
It makes it so easy to run emulation. Like you don't start running into like real challenges until you get to like the Dreamcast.
Right. And that's the limit of this device. Like it could barely do Dreamcast with some frame skipping.
I did.
Well, what I mean, I was just gonna say this. What I mean by challenges is like you don't have to start, hunting down BIOS. I think you need a BIOS for PS1 too, though. But like, that's why I pretty much stick to like what I saw in the video, like Nintendo, Genesis, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, because all you need is an emulator. You just start playing.
And the ROMs, yep. And it's the same with arcade stuff. You don't need to find them BIOS. So as long as you have the ROMs, boom. Here with arcade stuff, it's all packed into one file. And it's just like, console emulation. Good to go. Pops right on. But even there, you see how he's showing Game Boy on that system, and it's got the bezels, right? Because he's doing, as he's explained, the integer scale. If he turns that off, particularly with the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color, it fills up the whole screen without it being, out of aspect or whatever. And it looks ridiculous. Like, why he's showing it like that at this point now, I forget, but he'll do it later on. And then you'll see it'll fill up the whole screen beautifully.
I'm still wondering how they came on that name Pow Kitty.
I don't know. Hey man, some Chinese company, you know how they get down.
They start throwing shit up on the wall. Like, all right, whatever like sticks, man.
Exactly. Everybody's asking how these dudes even get a screen like this. Like, what supplier screwed up and gave them access to a screen like this? That's been the joke in the community. Yeah. Like, how did Pow Kitty achieve this? Right? But hey, there you have it, man.
I've built like emulation, not stuff, but I built a Raspberry Pi to play some of these old games. Yeah, it's such a pain in the butt, man, to do it, to go through the process of making sure it works right, put in the commands that it needs and everything.
Right.
I've done it. It's fun to do, but at the same, it's like, dude, I just want to get to it. Like, I want to get
to play the games, man,
and play the games.
Yeah, it'll work right out the box. Yeah,
and it worked. And I still got my little emulator, Raspberry Pi that I got, and it works just fine. But at the same time, it's like, now I got to connect it to something.
Yeah.
Right. I gotta give it power. Whereas this, it's just there, and it's perfect just for
Self-contained.
handheld.
Yep.
You don't need it on a
Yep.
big screen. You don't need it on a big TV or a big
But
monitor.
if you want to,
yeah,
it
if you
does
want
that
to,
too.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is just perfect for some just time killing games. Game time.
Yep. Exactly,
You know?
man. You be on the toilet instead of your phone.
Being- yes.
Stop texting people. Stop being on Twitter arguing with people about shit. You know they're lying about and don't own. Okay, there your example right there. See, it fills up the whole screen because
Yeah.
he turned up that, or he turned on the stretch or whatever, and it's still within the proper aspect though. It
Yeah,
still
it
looks
doesn't- it
proper.
doesn't,
And
distort.
it makes it look great. Yeah,
It doesn't.
it doesn't distort. Yeah,
See, that's the beauty
So,
of
yeah.
those types of games. You could just get in and get out. Same thing with
Mhm.
like Nintendo.
Oh,
Like
pause.
they make the perfect. What?
No
No
Diddy.
Diddy?
no Diddy.
What happened?
Get in, get out.
Get
What
in, get out. Said get in,
Oh,
get out.
get out. So
You see,
so
he's
check it out.
measuring the screen.
So
Yeah,
look,
see that?
look, so check it out. So we say
Mhm.
pause and no Diddy. I thought it was only for like questionable
no homo.
calls.
Um,
But get
it's
in and
for
get out.
offensive, no homo.
It's
Well-
applicable for the good stuff too.
Well, you were supposed to say no Diddy. He was supposed to say pause because it's really just a replacement for no homo. Apparently, I have to explain this all of a sudden now.
Well, no,
But yeah,
But like he said, get in, get out. That's not a
Right.
pause word.
right. That's for he should have said pause. He should have said pause. But now
look-
not even pause worthy. You're right. Yeah.
So like like Nintendo makes the perfect casual games. You get in, you get out.
Mhm.
Like you're not gonna get lost. Because what was the game that I tried to go back into today? Diablo. So I put Diablo on the Ally, and it's like, man, I forgot everything I was doing. You know, so like all of my inventory. It's like, man, why was I keeping this? So what is it? Is it sacred? Which one is the best? Like anyway, so I was like, man, I ain't gonna start over. I go back to Final Fantasy 12 because I almost forgot about what's going on that one. But I just
Hey, which mobiles do you have?
which what?
Devices? Real?
Steam Deck, Legion, and Ally.
Oh, you got all three.
I just got the Ally,
Yeah, you sold
and
your
I'm about to
stuff.
have this
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, I saw
Well, see,
some
this-
Steam Deck for the Ally. Yeah.
That's why when we were talking about handhelds, and I think it's called an Orange Pie, and then you have the Claw. And like
Yeah.
I wanted to try the Claw out, but it just seems like there's way more complaints than praise
Yeah.
for that.
It's not worth. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Because like I went from rooting against Intel to now rooting for Intel because like
right.
I never like it when these companies start to what I feel is mistreat us as consumers. Because
Mhm.
once Intel got so big back when I first got into PC gaming, you can get like the extreme was 900, but then you can get the highest tier of the AMD was 300.
Yeah.
But people were still buying Intels. That's how I got into AMD. It's like, man, I can buy that extreme where I can just get this one. It's not $600 better. So that's when I went into AMD. And AMD to me, I don't think they've really been like too extreme, like the way
No.
AMD was with their CPUs, but their GPUs, it's like they're trying their best to be up there with NVIDIA. Because the thing with price, once you're cheaper, people start to question your quality.
Right.
So like, let's just say people are new to PC gaming. Everybody knows NVIDIA. They're gonna go just jump on the NVIDIA. Because I go to Micro Center for my PC stuff. So even like when you go into their pre-builds, they have very few like AMD pre-builds. They're mostly NVIDIA. And NVIDIA, you might get an AMD CPU, but it's gonna be mostly NVIDIA.
Yeah, cards. Yeah.
So like, I want Intel to come in and basically give us what we want, right? Because it's like, look at how PlayStation is. They raised their prices to 70. The Xbox said, no, we're not going to do it. And Nintendo was like, we don't see a need. And then next thing you know, Breath of the Wild, whatever, Tears of the Kingdom comes out, and then Redfall comes out and that's $70.
Yeah.
And so now $70 is a new price. When for us, it's good when they're competing. But when you have a competitor that doesn't feel the need to compete, like a PlayStation or like Intel back in the day, you're not going to get that fight for your business the way it should be. And that's why when we talk about the what is it, CMA, FTC, I think they really like kind of crippled Xbox by taking away a lot of their power. Because you see, like PlayStation was raising prices on consoles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The fact
You
that
know
they
what I
weren't
mean?
even talking about this at all enraged a lot of us. Like, it made no sense. None of the stuff they were saying as if it was, they're just reading, something that Sony gave them to read. Like, it just made no logical sense. And people said that all along. And I think I agree. Like, the CMA doing all this stuff to Microsoft, even though technically they won, like, you see they're playing with kid gloves, even though they're nowhere near a monopoly. It's a simple fact of it. All the stuff that they could have done that they haven't thus far, right? Or that they probably will later on. That they're playing weak, whatever, pretending playing possum, right? Even if they didn't do any of that and it just went full bore, they still wouldn't have a monopoly or anything close to it because of the rest of the industry is that big,
Well, you gotta also look at like people's buying habits, man. It's like people, and I think Xbox and PlayStation are starting to understand this. It's hurting PlayStation more than Xbox that PlayStation sells more consoles. Because the whole point of selling more consoles is so you can sell some of your content. Now, PlayStation sells some of their content, but Nintendo is what you look at when you say, okay, people bought the console for what we bring to the market.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, Halo was that game, Gears was that game, and for a spell, Forza was that game. But now it's like PlayStation and Xbox, they for the most part have third-party consoles at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at Roblox, Fortnite; those games are number one, number two. It's crazy. I mean, Grand Theft Auto would be number two on PlayStation, and then Call of Duty, which Microsoft now owns, that's one good thing. But in terms of trying to turn the market, it's like, is there really a benefit for Microsoft turning the market the way Xbox fans keep hoping that they do? It's because all you're doing is bringing over more casual fans. Like, because I always looked at the Xbox and somebody squashed my point. I can't remember who it was. I was like, Xbox has more hardcore fans. It's like, yeah, but hardcore is already a niche in itself.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, that's true. But
just not enough.
But what Xbox is doing with the game, we've aged out because for the most part, what brought a lot, because I was listening to a guy earlier. I don't know, it was on autoplay, but it didn't really become cool to game until the 2000s. Like before that, you were a nerd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in Houston, they call you a game freak. Women didn't want to deal with you. Like, you play video games?
Yeah, icky.
But now, for the most part, everybody's playing sports games because Madden
girls are
became
trying
a
to
cool game
pretend
to
they're
play.
gamers. They're like, hey.
Well, I ain't
trying to
talking
make a
about those, man. But I blame the Sims for funding their exploits.
Yes.
It's crazy that these chicks get out here and that, hey gamers, and then the next thing you know, they're popping out titties.
It's just like I remember in the early days of the original Xbox, right? You remember what did they call them? The frag dolls, right? This was early before social. This was over 20. This was over 20 years ago, right? But like, there was a lot of talk. But they would compete, organize plans, in all types of games, right? And it wasn't like anybody had a problem with them per se. But we saw where it would go. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you just gotta look at Twitch and you see all the titties and ass, right? Who's riding the edge of the rules there at Twitch. No matter what they do, they come up with a new thing that they can do to show off titties and ass that's just under the rules, right? Or for Amazon to have to switch up the rules again, right? We've seen that. And it wasn't like the gamers didn't, accept the frag dolls, but we saw certain elements of them were all about that. And eventually that tore themselves apart, right? Like the frag dolls, they basically collapsed over that because it was the gamers among them, right, who started their whole group versus the more, the thoughts of the group who just wanted, to model and stuff, right, and just using gaming as a foothold to get into whatever in the industry that they were interested in, right? And so there's a lot of that out there, and it's bad for like women in gaming who are really here for the love of gaming, right?
Yeah.
They don't get that respect, and it's because there are those who came before who ruined it. You know, it's unfortunate. But then you try to bring this stuff up, and then you have all these, these people that Aurelius is alluding to, right? Who are writing all these crazy hit pieces. But I mean, there's been a lot of mea culpa for them as of late, anyway. So I love to see Kotaku burn down, and all these people talking all this shit, all their laundries being exposed. This one chick was a
Are they
former
even
porn
still
star?
online?
Really? Really?
That's what I was about to ask. Is that the one that went to Game Guys? Is Kotaku the one that went to Game Guys?
Yes. Right, but apparently they got a little bit of pushback on that, so apparently it's not as bad as all of that now, whatever. But still, you know what I'm saying? It's still screwed up, but it just goes to show, there's all these people saying all these weird
forgot
things.
all about them until now.
The Fragdolls?
No, about Kotaku.
Read Kotaku. We've been to what they were like for over 10 years. They've been on this tip. Like, even before they got on this woke tip, what they used to be on was being biased, right?
Yeah.
Right? They used to always be that, always. Remember Jason Schreier, who actually is a very good journalist. He has journalist skills and all of that, but he uses it for ill, right? Like all that stuff that was going on with Activision. He held on to that and then freely admitted he held on to it up until the word of Microsoft wanting to buy them, and then he dropped it, right? Like, and he doesn't even lie about it. He doesn't even hide it. He literally said that's when and why he finally put that out there. Like, what the hell, bro? So it was already in their DNA over there at Kotaku for a while. So people didn't stop fucking with them, and it's been a slow grind till then. Back in the days of the Gamergate situation the first time, that's when they were really about that bullshit. But hey, man, I love to see it. Frankly, I love to see.
I do too. I want
this is
them all
happening
to
now,
close down. I don't care.
Yeah, man.
I don't care what
Like,
anybody says.
Gaming's for everybody, but they're not trying to make it like that. They're just trying
No,
to
they're
do
not. No.
And then the messed up thing is realist. I tweeted about this, but maybe you don't know completely the reference, because I was in one of the spaces we were talking about the cut, right? And I didn't have the word for it, and then they said Killmonger. I'm like, right, the Killmonger cut, right? The day before we were talking about the space, and then they show up Eddie Gordo in Tekken 8 the next morning. They put up the trailer for Eddie Gordo in Tekken 8. He got Killmonger cut. I'm like, I was just talking about this. And I put up the screenshot. That's where that comes from. It's like, we know the bullshit they're doing. They're trying to like patronize us, but in the way they do it, we know they're not real about it. And that haircut, we've been talking about this in the greater zeitgeist. And I just specifically had been talking about the day before, and then boom, Eddie Gordo has that cut. Like, really, bro?
Did you guys see this? This is probably like a April Fool's thing that happened.
I would hope, but
somebody was really pushing for Tekken to have a new location in the game, and the new location will be Waffle House. You guys didn't see
that? That'd be funny.
For that, and the developer is like, I don't know why they keep asking me about this. Like, like he really tried to ask, like, why is it that? Is it some kind of joke? Like, why Waffle House?
Because there's tons of fights at Waffle House, man.
Oh, okay. See, the thing about it is he didn't seem to be averse to it. He was more confused as to why that.
Because there's tons of Waffle House fights all the time.
Yeah.
You could just look it up.
You got employees fighting. You got customers fighting.
But then you have the most famous one where the girl just kind of ricocheted one of the chairs off her arm and didn't even phase her.
Well, I thought she caught it.
No, she ricocheted off her arm. Like, she go pass.
Wow.
Like, she just
listen.
She forearmed it and the chair just flew. And then some comic artist made her into like this superhero, but in the Waffle House outfit, like she's a total badass.
Wow. Well, listen, Waffle House would never agree to because that's bad. Well, I know a lot of people have to say bad press is good, but I don't believe in that. It makes no sense to me. But that being said, if they wanted to work with them, I don't think they would. Right? Yeah. So it would have to be a fake Waffle House, right? Like how in Call of Duty they had, what was that burger place they have? Call of Duty?
There it is. There's the Waffle House. Like,
yeah, man.
Let's see.
Yeah, man. Crazy with the chair. What the hell? Ready?
That's what I'm talking about.
Posting like Rock Lee, baby.
So there was a waitress who just totally ricocheted the chair that was thrown at her. and she just stands there like a tough girl. Like, oh, that was nothing.
Oh,
So some artists made it into this cartoon here. It's like, oh, that is perfect, right? Now we just need the setting and which game she would belong in, because I mean it's fitting.
that's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
It'd be funny if they put her in the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
'Cause
Yeah. That's what.
Like, I remember like one of the first places that everybody was hyped about when Forge came out was the Waffle House map.
Mm. Mm. I remember hearing about
Waffle House fights all the time. So a few months ago.
I was gonna say Burger Shot. That's not the place in Call of Duty. I
So
forget the name of it.
So-
But it's supposed to be like a burger place, like Wendy's or Burger King, or whatever.
so one weekend, like I had a craving for Waffle House, right?
Mm.
I don't know why. So I told the family that it was like a Saturday morning or something like that, and I go, hey, and wife was like, what? It's like, let's go eat breakfast. She's like, all right, where you want to go? I go, let's go to Waffle House. And she's like, what? I was like, what? It's like, did you run out of money or something or what? I'm like, no.
Oh,
I was like, let's go to Waffle House. And she's like, really? I was like, oh, I guess. It's like I have to.
no, man.
I was
You know what you should tell her for dinner?
huh? What?
Cheesecake
Cheesesteak Factory.
No, Cheesecake Factory.
Steak
You've been
and
hearing
shake.
a whole discussion about that.
But she was like totally thrown off. It was like, why you want to go Waffle House? Like, Waffle House is good. Like, a man will eat anywhere, dog. Women are so picky
Yeah.
about where they want to go. You know?
Yes. We want to eat.
It's
We're
like-
worried about filling our stomachs, not looking good or what
yeah,
kind of
yeah. I
toothpaste
don't
not-
care about the
That's all-
ambiance, man. I could go a hole in the wall place, eat breakfast, and be happy.
Yeah, man. It's like I'm about to make a steak after this show is done.
Yeah,
So
it's
you know what I'm
like-
saying? That's what I'm focused on. Shoot.
But yeah, Waffle
But it
House.
fills my stomach. I'm good.
Waffle House with in Tekken, and then with the Waffle House girl, dude, I'll buy the game full price.
Wow. Tekken 8 is a good game. Just saying.
It's crazy, man.
And so speaking of games, I also bought Armored Core.
Oh, did you?
You know, shout out to CD Keys. I got Tekken 8, Street Fighter, and now Armored Core. I didn't get Contra. I'm waiting for that to be like $25 or something. I'm
Was
not
it on
buying
sale? The other
Yeah, I
games?
don't blame you.
Yeah, it's not sale. It's not on sale. We
No,
talked
but
about
the
this
ones
last
you
week.
but the ones you did get.
Yeah, definitely got them on sale. Yeah, definitely got those on sale. But yeah, just like you was answering right there, Contra. It's a great game. Too much money for that. You know,
What are they
so,
asking for?
$35 usually.
Yeah.
It's 40 when it's not on sale.
Right, but it's usually on sale for the 35 one way or another.
$20 maybe.
So, yeah, but for $20 is what I'm waiting for. So when that happens, a Steam sale, whatever, I'll buy it then. So,
How much is Armored Core on CD Keys?
$40 I think for like the deluxe version, like that come with the soundtrack and the art book. Like I like the soundtracks that they have it in Steam, because basically it's like a folder, right, with all the MP3s in it, you know. And then when you download, so you can, you know, take those and put it in your MP3 collection, whatever you're doing. But you know, I like game music. So usually I buy stuff like that. But you can just get the regular version of that game, and then it's like 25 maybe. No, I think it was like $30, maybe 35.
25
yeah.
would be a good price.
Yeah, 25 would have been crazy, but no, I don't think it's that.
Is it?
I
I
bought
haven't
Armored
watched.
Core day one.
I haven't played it. I haven't really watched any trailers. But is it arcadey or is it more like what was that other game? The other mech game, was it Haven or what was it called? Hex.
No, it's always been, well, it's arcadey mostly, right?
You know the other one I'm talking about, right? It used to be on
Mechasalt, Mechasalt,
Hawken.
Yeah, Hawken was more arcadey too. Yeah, but the part of it that's not arcadey is when you can go and, you know, customize your mech and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you'll have to do that. Like, this game will pound you into submission, no diddy, if you're not clued into what they're trying to teach you. The first boss, right, is already a test of everything they tried to teach you up until you met that boss, right? And I know a lot of people got their asses whooped over and over and over. And if you're paying attention to what they taught you, could beat that boss the first time. And there's been some great articles about it like they have a great one on Polygon. The guy clearly played the game, right? Because you'll see in the article, like he expressed, he played, and then he had to figure out this boss, and then when he finally figured out, it was a revelation to him that, oh, he's been thinking the wrong way. The game makes you think. Listen, it was the most popular action game of last year, and won the Game Award for that, and duly so. It earned that. It earned that. You know what I'm saying? Now it had the eyes on it because he's the same guy who played it. Like the Souls games and Elden Ring and stuff, and that's why it was given that opportunity.
Is it like
to
a Souls
shine?
game?
But Armored Core, it's not like a Souls game at all.
Okay.
It's not like a Souls game at all. This is what they were known for before even King's Quest.
Yeah.
Well, around the same time as King's Quest, right? This is what they were really known for. Like Souls games came afterwards, right? So, but because of the success they've had with that, now people were actually eyeing this. It had been a while since they had made one, so and they knocked it out the park. And on PC, console, no matter where you get it, lovely game. So definitely real happy about that, man. Really happy I finally picked that up. And I also did get Cyberpunk on PC, but I bought the wrong version per se. Like I should have bought the Steam version, because when you get the Steam version, you get the GOG version anyway, right?
Really?
But I got on yeah. Every CD Projekt Red game, like for example, Witcher 3. You get on Steam, you have access to it on GOG. All their first parties.
What?
From CD Projekt. Yeah. If you buy it on Steam, you have access to it on GOG.
What?
Same thing with Ubisoft games nowadays. You get on Uplay. It's accessible there on Uplay, right? So it's same thing. But the great thing about that is their save games are cross save, because they go to the cloud on their own cloud. And so now I can continue what I was doing on the console on the PC, because
that means you got to sign in with their account. That way you can.
Yeah.
Right. But I already have it, so it's all good, right? And besides, this is how you get all the extras, unlocks, and stuff that you get, right? Like this whole time, I didn't unlock all the stuff that I gotten from Phantom Liberty, all the items and stuff they give you, until this afternoon. Like I finally logged in and did it.
Yeah.
But now, because I bought Phantom Liberty on Xbox, but never played it because I planned to get the video card, and I was like, I wasted money even buying Phantom Liberty on console, but it didn't matter because I bought it on sale with both games on CD Keys for like $20, maybe 23, something like that. So dirt cheap. So another game, you don't have to stress my video card with, play a superior version, slightly superior. I mean,
This guy.
it looks better a lot on PC, but the console versions are really good, particularly with the updates they did late last year. They really off the bar on what the console version looked like back then. So it's not even I could really flex over it like that. I mean, I can technically, but just it's just another
Just
game.
flex, dog. Just flex.
It's just another it's more that it validates the video card and everything else that I invested in. I'm playing it there. Same with Star Wars. Why the hell would I be playing on Xbox when I got this PC and there's no loss?
You might as well say, why do I need an Xbox for?
My save games, everything is there.
Yeah.
So, it's that perfect move to do. But yeah, man, that's why I've been playing, trying out, a bunch of arcade emulations. This is what led me to buy that handheld in the first place. I was like, man, I'm starting to do this a lot now. I'm starting to feel like the urge to play a lot more of that stuff. So let me get this handheld too. So yeah, man, I've got a lot of content that's coming, based on all these purchases. That keyboard from last week, eventually I get this handheld. And I
got a
still
lot
have
of stuff
that
coming in, don't you?
Yeah, man, and I still got that video that I gotta do comparing
He's
that.
the guy with
that
20
Xbox
boxes
controller.
of Amazon on front of his door.
And compare those two versions of that 8-bit Do controller, because I have like the Bluetooth one, and I got the Xbox one that's not wireless. A lot of people have been asking what the difference is and asking me to tell them what they think, or what I thought about the Xbox controller, after the fact. Because all I really did was unboxing. I've got some opinions on it. There's at least one minor thing I don't like about it. So yeah, I'll definitely mention when I make that video. But yeah, that's what I've been messing with lately.
Did you guys have any interest in the Stalker trilogy?
Oh, the original one that came out of nowhere. It was impressive that they did that, but I'm not interested because I had played the first two back in the day.
Oh man, how
Not
can you
the
play
third one,
COD while listening, man? I can't do that. I gotta listen to the game.
Huh?
Poe, he says
I guess
Oh,
somebody's
oh.
playing.
Poe saying he's playing Call of Duty while listening. I was like, man, I can't do that.
Oh, well, depends on the game.
Yeah, I need to listen
Depends
to the
on you.
game.
Yeah, some games I can, Some games, nah.
So are y'all upset about Hellblade?
What,
Yeah.
being 30 frames?
Yeah.
I predicted it, frankly.
Yeah. I mean, everybody who knows a little bit about computing and games knew that it was gonna be 30 frames.
Everybody's an expert these days.
Yeah, they're fake experts. I mean, because if you look at it, look, Unreal 5, it's gonna introduce a whole new set of challenges. That's why everybody, if you're an Xbox fan, you wanted to see like Unreal, and you wanted to see 60 frames Unreal 5. You were waiting on Coalition.
Yep.
That's who does it. And then when it comes to Hellblade, like people are saying they don't even have a performance mode. It's like if the whole aim is to make the prettiest game possible, if the whole aim is to have the game just look the best that it can look, they put a lot of work into like costumes and mocap.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want a performance mode. You want the game to just look pretty.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to PC, you have to do it because it's what they're accustomed to. The problem I'm having with a lot of these PC guys, man, is they act like console games. The problem I'm having with a lot of these console games is acting like they're PC gamers.
Yes.
It's like
and they're
these settings where you can change your graphics, like that's new. Like every game doesn't need it. What they should do is open it up. I don't know if that opens the console up to more issues or what. Why they give you like performance or frame rate modes, because when it comes to PC, you can take away shadows, you can add shadows, you can change the detail in the foliage, things like that. That's what allows a lot of these guys to run at 60. But
that's why the answer to a lot of these people has always been, well, they just get a PC, because they're asking for PC level stuff at that point, right? But then if these are the ones that you have now that you've been awoken to these details, right? Well, then get yourself a damn PC, because on the console side, we don't do that here, generally, right? So, but they sit there and ask for it and want to complain when the answer is obvious.
But they'll keep throwing the whole crap like, well, Aaron said and Phil said this is the standard and this is the thing and this is what it's supposed. They broke your promise. Like, oh my god! It's like, well, things change.
The standard is not a promise either.
Yeah,
exactly.
The standard is something that the bar that you want to reach. It's not saying that we guarantee every game is going to be 60. Especially with Unreal 5, brand new engine that most of the games that are shown on, bro, if any, I'm gonna call them idiots. If any idiot thinks that 1943 is gonna run a tick over 30 on console, you're crazy. Even on your PS5 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that's Unreal 5, and Hellblade has ridiculous details. Unreal has used them just the same way they've used Coalition with Matrix and Skydance with 1943 to display their tech. But like this tech is next gen.
I haven't watched anything on this yet because I don't want it to be ruined.
What is this?
Huh?
What's this?
If they put out anything like with today's news, what they have here.
Oh, you mean Hellblade?
Yeah. If they put out any video, I haven't watched anything. I don't even care. I'm gonna wait until the game comes out and experience it on my own and enjoy it. I had no idea it was coming out on May 21st. Is that the first they announced the date, or did they?
Because no, we knew. After the direct, but see, and that was another like point of contention for like the opposition, right? Because Xbox is supposed to have a new game every quarter.
Yeah.
But May is the first release, so that's second quarter.
Yeah.
And I also don't like it because legal now we used to have these discussions because they would drop like Halo and Forza right next to each other.
Yeah.
You had Starfield and Forza right next to it. It's like you don't need to have a log jam at any point in the year because people are already distracted by all the games that come out throughout the year. And then you bring, because that's what's going to happen. If you don't have anything so we're already in the second quarter. So we're in the second quarter and we got a game coming next month. That's just one game. So what happens in like the summer or fall? That fourth quarter is going to be loaded with crap that I don't have time for. Yeah. It's just when is Towerborn supposed to drop? There's a lot of games that are coming, man. That was a game that they say. Oh, Ubisoft.
The Clockwork Orange thing, right? Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Revolution.
Remember?
Oh yeah, and then
Oh,
they say cause see, I think the South of Midnight game is going to be a little shorty.
Yeah.
Because I think that's gonna be like a Hi-Fi Rush type of situation. It's not gonna be a huge game. It's gonna be like
Remind
a
of
little
Hi-Fi
game.
Rush.
What did you beat that? Oh,
No,
you don't
no,
want to
about-
because it's on PlayStation.
No, not because it's on PlayStation. Because the stupid comparison that Digital Foundry did, right? And they were
No,
they
they
were
do.
focusing very heavily on some stupid shadows that nobody even noticed until they pointed it out.
Yeah.
That has no effect with the gameplay or the story or the fun that it has. It was just dumb. But you
All right, first off, let's
keep
be
going. You
honest.
keep going with your Hellblade stuff.
The game has no business looking better than PlayStation. One, under any circumstances, I don't care if they stop development on the Xbox and then they said, "Oh, we learned these new techniques to get on PlayStation,"
Mhm.
because that's a promise broken, right? Or maybe it's not because he said or. He said games will be first or better. It should be first and better. You shouldn't be, especially when you have superior hardware, right? So if you bring out that game and it even has better shadows, you know that
Your
that's
mic
like
is
this.
doing that thing again.
I don't know what the thing is, but I don't have any fans. But
Oh, the thing that what do you call the cancellation effect. I can hear the whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
oh, there's nothing going on. That's my bad, man. Can you hear anything?
All we hear you is just that the sound is starting to get
No,
louder
I
and
mean,
louder and louder.
I mean background, but it should look
we
better.
never heard any background.
Oh,
It's just that warbling effect of the noise cancellation. It's starting to be as loud as your own voice.
and that's anyway. It should look better on PlayStation. Under any circumstances, because you know how it's like Digital Foundry. They're gonna pick the game apart. And they'll find things like that. They'll find that you can see the fits and the shadows,
Yeah.
and crap like that.
Mhm.
It should just give them a port, because you know that any game they put on Xbox is not gonna run better on Xbox. MLB The Show doesn't run better on Xbox. So like, why are they going with those favors? And then you see the game's not even selling. But when it comes to Hellblade, I don't think they're gonna allow the game to explode. If you see, they've been keeping that game very tight knit, like very much under wraps. They only get to see what they want to show, and
Yeah.
that's a good thing, because normally Xbox is leaky. It's to the point that I was like, man, are they leaking this on purpose or accident?
True.
Give me a second. I'll be back.
What are you talking about? Like, you gonna call somebody back?
But yeah, man, that is how it goes. It's just stupid, It's the same old stuff. It's not being treated fairly, It's being treated with a separate it's being judged by a different metric entirely, right? And even when the metric is claimed to be the same, all of a sudden, they come up with other bullshit to say that never makes any sense. Never ever makes any sense.
Yeah,
But
Hellblade.
yeah,
I mean, I've loved the first one. I only
You
played it in total darkness, except for the TV. So no lights on, headphones full blast. If you didn't play it that way, dude, you're missing out on the sounds, man. You know, hey, and you hear like from left to right to center. It was amazing. It was awesome. And
that was what they said the game shine, man. That's what I was gonna say earlier.
dude, the sound effects was awesome, man. I'm telling you. Yeah.
I got the headphones to really try it out now, man. So we'll see. If it's 8 hours, I think that's perfect, man. Because
That's
every
just
game
enough,
doesn't
yeah.
need to be
Because I mean, the type
super
of game it
duper
is,
long.
it doesn't need to be 15 hours.
We'll see. That's what I was saying, and I'll be done with that. Man, they say that Assassin's Creed Red is coming out this year. Y'all hear anything about that?
No. Red is the one that's supposed to be in Japan, though, right?
Out of Japan or China? Confused now.
Oh, either way, like an Asian version, something folks have been asking for since before Ghost of Tsushima, right? So if it's that, man, I'll probably play that one because I haven't played Assassin's Creed since like the first two.
Wait, Assassin's Creed, what? They got an Asian version?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been asking for that for years.
Codename Red.
Yeah.
But they already got a China one out.
No, they
That
don't.
was like a little bitty game.
Yeah.
I know.
So like, cause like, man, I like samurai. So I think this one is like ninjas. So we'll see what they have, man. I just hope that because they've been in a lot of turmoil, man. It seems like they're kind of trying to they're finding their footing a little bit. Like bringing out games like Prince of Persia, um, getting rid of some of the games they had in development. I don't know I didn't play the finals, but a lot of people say they like the finals. So yeah, I'm rooting for Ubisoft, man, because we need more good games. AAA gaming has been disappointing for the most part. Because I've
Are
been
you
on the
talking about
bandwagon.
X Defiant? You mean? But the finals was
No,
them,
not
or
not
was,
not X Defiant. I'm talking about the finals.
that
Who
was also
made the
Ubisoft?
finals? Who made the
I'm
finals?
I'm asking you.
I thought it was Ubisoft.
It is okay. Well, I have no idea. I didn't know one way or another.
Yeah, but X Defiant, what happened to that?
It's still in some kind of development hell there at the very end. It seems.
Yeah, because but yeah, they're finding their foot. And I want more good AAA games because it's like they're charging $70 for games. They're either unfinished. Because man, like I told y'all in the chat, man, I almost bought Dragon's Dogma. I just bought like 6 Final Fantasy games, but that's not my preferred genre of games. I'm trying.
6
What?
Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
There's a lot of them, man. What are you talking about?
They're long ass games, man.
they're 15.
Yes,
They are. They are. But they're the type of games we can just pick up whenever. You know what I mean? Because it's not like a game you have to learn how to play because it's turn based.
Yeah.
12 has a different system. I wish because 12 Nino Kuni 12 reminds me of like Nino Kuni, or maybe Nino Kuni borrowed from 12 because it came out first, where you actually move the character around during the fight, which I like a whole lot more than just sitting there, run, fight, magic.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I want more good AAA games. Go ahead.
Here's a feel you're asking about what's coming out. What's supposedly coming out this year. This could be first party or third party, whichever. There's one called 33 Immortals.
Man, they've been. Oh yeah, and what's that game? Silk Song.
And then you
Yeah.
got Avowed.
That's another one.
Clockwork. Flint Rock. Killing Floor 3. I don't think that's a thing for you guys, unless it is.
Not for me. Is that for you?
I think so.
Maybe.
Path of Exile 2.
Good game.
Replaced, which is what I've been waiting for years.
Oh yeah, you've been waiting for a base, yeah.
Yeah. There's one called Routine. I forget what Routine is. South of Midnight. I think you mentioned that. Stalker. And then was Outlaw supposed to come out this year? Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still Wakes the Deep. I don't know if that's something I saw.
Oh, that looked good. Yeah. Okay, I remember that. I saw that at Showcase.
And then Towerborn, and then there's one called Toxic Commando, which is what I got.
Oh, that looked real good, man.
Yeah. Beat 'em up.
Did y'all see that?
Beat 'em up. Yes. I've found that on Steam, and on Steam, if you follow a game, not just wish list, you click follow. From time to time, they'll post information, right, and show screenshots and animation. It's looking real good. I think they're also working on a GI Joe game. I'm hoping for that too.
There's one.
Yeah, I just want to speak to that.
Ayuden. I don't know if it's still coming out on.
Ayuden Chronicles.
Yeah. 100 Heroes supposed to come out on Game Pass this month, but I don't know if it still is. Let's see. Pass. Here it is. Let's see.
Wasn't that 33?
Yeah, it's still saying April 23rd. This year.
What game was that?
Ayuden Chronicle, 100 Heroes.
Oh, okay, the RPG.
Yeah, it's good, dude. I mean, I played a previous one. It's a fun game.
Ayuden Chronicles.
You wouldn't think I'd play that type of game. I tried it one time. Like, I just randomly started playing one. And it was really good. And I started getting interested.
Good for you.
So what's that game?
Your box.
What's that game that you said that you wanted? I got it. Got it for you. Then I got it for me.
Tales of Arise.
Tales of Rise. I didn't even start that yet.
That's
Because
how
I mean,
do,
because
that's how
like
do.
six, because like six said, not six, Tech said, you know, that's a long game, man. They're all so long and they're slow.
Yes.
Because I played Bravely Default 2, and like I don't even think I put a dent in it after 14 hours.
Wow.
These games are super long, but it's just I've been hearing about Final Fantasy all these years,
Right.
and so it's like, they're selling them for $3.99 and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
You know
Yes.
how it is. You know how it is, sick man. The games are so cheap. You just say, you know what, man? How can I pass up on a good deal like this?
Yep. On a game I like too. Am I? Do I like it enough? Do I'm ever going to get back to playing it? Probably not. But hey, I can't pass up a deal on something I like.
Yeah.
And it pattens up my collection. I'm past 500 games now. I'm like, oh goddamn, I need to stop.
So here's our Yuden 100 Heroes that's gonna come out later this month on Game Pass. So it's still on track to come out. So they haven't changed anything. And look at these beasts, man. Look at these battles you get. It's like it looks awesome.
You know why they look awesome? Because if you notice, everything else is 2D. That's where they put all the effort in, right? Because the 2D, and 2D is not easy. So I'm not gonna sit there and make it seem simple, but
Listen to the expert
It's
here.
simpler than making it in full 3D.
and this is why it was able to run so well on the Switch when they first came out there.
I forgot.
I guarantee this was on the
what the
Switch
last
first.
one I played. I played a previous one that I saw in Game Pass, and I'm like, let me try this. And I got hooked, man. Just like Yakuza, I just got hooked. And I played it nonstop until I finished it. It was really good.
Well, that's good because that's what games supposed to do, man. It's supposed to make you think, man, this is awesome, man.
And Tanya, these are the type of games that are usually not for me, but then I at least try them. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a go, and then enjoy them.
Have either of you tried Sword Art?
Punty's
Online?
Out, man. Punt said, peace out. Have a fun show, gentlemen.
Good night, homie. Thanks for coming out.
Good night. Have either of you played Sword Art Online?
No, I've seen some of the anime. That's about it.
No, I just know because they always have it on sale on Xbox. Fatal Bullet, but when it's not on sale, it's $70.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
So like with all those games coming out, right? Do y'all think? Because I mean, they announced South of Midnight, and then the next thing you know, it's supposed to be releasing. Now I'm thinking Clockwork Revolution is going to be a big game because it's like a BioShock.
See if I can find it.
BioShock.
What's it called?
Yeah.
Clockwork.
Clockwork Revolution.
Yeah.
Like a BioShock. BioShock was a long game. And then I'm just saying you can't put all these games out. They all be just huge. And like I said, they announced that last year and it's already supposed to come out. But that Hi-Fi Rush was never announced.
Yeah, that was a shadow drop. That was the whole point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, boom. You played the wrong thing. You should have played that second one. Boom.
Huh?
When you played the sound effect, I thought you were playing the sound effect because of what he said.
Oh no, that's from the video of the Clockwork. Yeah, Clockwork looks amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's just a trailer, but still.
Well, it still looks.
The House of Wonders. Yep. Robots are cool looking. I mean, you can't.
Hey, man.
Oh, he's walking on
What was that?
a moving. What do you call that? Conveyor belt. I called it Clockwork Orange. It's a movie.
Keep
That was a
saying
good
that.
movie.
Yeah, crazy
It is.
ass movie. Yep.
I've never seen it until last year. Somebody watch
Really?
this, man. Yeah.
Well, that's why it's on your mind so much.
Well, because the Clockwork, man, it's like the same title, except for Revolution and Orange.
Basically, the next BioShock.
Yeah.
But you also have Judas too.
You got Judas, too.
Oh,
That's right.
No priest.
No,
And that guy.
Is that Rosario
was it-
Dawson?
Ken something. Wasn't he on the BioShock team?
I don't know. Yeah. That was basically it was his thing. Yeah.
Oh, this thing.
So
This thing has.
Is it
that's why
Levine?
This thing has
Levine. I think so. I think it's called.
What do you call it?
Yeah, Ken Levine.
BioShock with a mix of blinks, the timing, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a time travel element.
Yeah, because they did that a little bit in the last Bioshock, Bioshock Infinite with the girl. She had the
Yeah.
powers to do stuff related to that.
You did it.
So I guess that's his new thing now is to take that to the next level where it's not a separate character to
So
do
we
that.
need more. We need more steampunk games.
Yeah, man, it's just a continuing evolution of what Ken Levine has been working on basically his whole career. He had System Shock, right? They did a remaster of that recently. So if you've never played System Shock, it ain't a better time but now. Tell you that much. I think they're making another remake. No, they did a remaster. I think they're just about to release a remake or something like that. I forget. Or is it an entirely new game on top of that? So there's a lot of stuff happening all at once. But yeah, man. If you like games like that, there's more coming. And if you've never played one of them before, now is the perfect time.
I want new Gears like they were talking about. So if they're gonna showcase something, man, I hope they really do.
Well,
they said that. Well, the rumor is they will at the
June
Xbox 3.
The
Yeah, there's no
E3,
there's
X3,
what
X3.
yeah X3. There's no
X3.
more E3. So the are y'all gonna be interested in the if the rumors about the Marcus Phoenix collection are true, which I'll run through them again.
What, like a Master Chief?
Right. I mean, because that's the rumor that they're going to have a Marcus Phoenix collection, and a lot of people think that that's what people can fly were contracted to do.
Is it needed though? Can't you just bundle the whole thing under one title? Call it.
Honestly, I don't think the first one needs to be remade because they already did it.
They already did that one, yeah. But they're gonna say they did it for the X1, the One X, not for the series.
Whatever. I mean, it's in Game Pass. It's not like PlayStation when they're gonna try to charge me, $30 for an upgrade or whatever. So, I mean, they can do whatever they want to do. And I agree. I don't think that all of them are needed. I think they age well.
No, they age really well. I don't think they're really. I mean, what do I know? But I don't think it needs to like a remaster of it. At least I don't think so.
But like fans, like super fans of the game, they're gonna be happy to hear any news about it. So I guess
they're gonna kill off Marcus.
Okay.
In 6.
Okay.
I mean, how old can the guy get and still be tough guy?
I mean, he's great right there.
That's just a picture from the previous games, though.
All right, so he's already old. But see, I'm not like a lot of these guys. You know how like when they tried to bring Locke in, for whatever reason they got mad. It's like, how long can you have one guy? Because you look at like now, The Last of Us did it too soon. Because everybody fell in love with what's his name? Joel. Joel. Everybody fell in love with Joel and they killed him in the very next one. Nobody fell in love.
Not everybody knows, dude.
Yeah, whatever. They don't want to play the game. Because I mean they remastered it.
Yeah.
They should have waited until after season 2 of the show came out. But whatever. Nobody cared. So I don't have a problem if they try to introduce somebody. They just need to make sure
they did.
that
His son.
Yeah, but they have to bring him in properly and sell him the same way that they sold everybody on like a Master Chief when they tried to bring Locke in.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like the girl. A lot of people are mad at and a lot of people got mad about the son. It's like, do you play the game? And I understand, like, a lot of people say it's a part of the story. You got to keep them, like, look, man, I just want to see where they go with the story. As long as it's good, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool as long as
I mean,
as long
I
because
like
like
I like the new characters. I mean, I did at least. Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it.
JD,
I don't have a problem with
Kate,
any.
the Your People guy. I forget what his name is.
The cold trade, something like that.
Not Coltrane Jr. He was a tech guy. He. I would be that guy, the guy with all the tech. You know. He modified Jack or whatever his new little robot name is. So.
It is what it is. We'll see. They just got to make sure it's good. Whatever they do, make it good. But I think that those games aged well because they're installed on my Xbox right now.
Yeah. Oh, I got 5 right now installed on mine because I do like playing the horde mode and everything they got. But no, I mean, if they kill off Marcus in number 6, I mean, I'll welcome it. I'll be like, all right. You know?
It's just whoever comes in to be good, and they have to put him, and they have to set him or her up. It's probably going to be a her. They have to set her up properly. Yep. We already had a long 2-hour conversation about that, about how I hate to use the word woke because white folks hijacked that
It's
word.
going to have to continue with Kate's story because of how they ended it.
You think so?
Because it was all mystery because of her mom.
What if it's like a prequel though?
Man, Sick is having some problems, huh?
Can you hear me now, though?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so I've been trying to say this whole time, like you guys are worried about, discussing about, how they're going to remaster. I think Halo Master Chief Collection is the guy, right? Because same thing happened with Halo Master Chief Collection. They had already remade the first one by the time they had announced the Master Chief Collection, right? So largely what they did was remaster the second one, right, to give it that level that the first one had. Yeah. And the third one was new enough, they thought, where they can just up the res. And in general, that's what they did with all the games after that point, right? So for Gears, I guess they just have to redo 2 and 3 because 4 and 5 are new enough that, they just got to max out resolution, little tweaks like that. You think they'll
add Judgment?
Yeah, probably. Just like they eventually added ODST, right? It will be more of just a collection of stuff they'll tweak and add, but basically it'll replace the versions we have now at most. So if you own those games, you probably don't even have to buy it over. You basically just own it, right? Yeah. And that's the version that's getting updated. They're probably gonna or just release some kind of app, that brings it all together, right? Because that's probably the plan they're gonna do with Call of Duty eventually too, with all the back games, right? Each one is so individual in terms of
that's how Battlefield is now.
Right. It's a collection as a separate app that you use to launch each one, but they're an island unto themselves still. Yeah. Right. So with Gears, they could do that. Master Chief Collection was just so old, just such a long running series. Even by that point, there was so many more games and things and levels of evolution and technology and everything else to approach and deal with. So
number 3 is still the best.
Yeah, Gears, right. Yeah, with Halo, I would definitely agree, right? So with Gears, that's what I see they're gonna do. And for people who can fly to be attached to it, yeah, I gotta agree with Realist. That's probably what the plan is. That probably is what the plan is. We'll see. It's just all assumptions.
Yeah, they're responsible for judgment.
Right.
Poe looks like he wants to discuss a movie called Civil War. All right. I went to go see Godzilla last weekend at the IMAX. So I took my 2 boys and one of my boys' friend, right? That sounded just weird, but a friend of my kids. And so it was all 4 of us, and we went to the IMAX to watch Godzilla. And if you're gonna watch Godzilla movie, you gotta watch it at the IMAX. Monster screen for a monster movie.
Okay?
Yeah. So like a commercial. All right.
Yeah. And so they had Civil War on the IMAX, and I never really paid attention. I knew what it was about because I've seen a trailer before, and they didn't even like interest me that much. And then I saw the trailer at the Godzilla movie showing. I want to see it now. It looks amazing. I know it's gonna be like a political thing. I like put that to the side. Just enjoy it for what it is.
Right.
a Civil War movie or a movie called Civil War, where Texas and California team up, secede from the U.S. and a war breaks out.
See, the funny thing about that is Texas and California would never team up, right? That's the thing. That's the one
That's
thing
the
about
funny
that.
part about
and,
it. Yes.
Right? Like they would never team up. That's the absurdity of it. And I see a lot of people like in A24 like types of films, right? From that production company. And I do too, but at the same time, what I don't like about it is it reinforces a lot of stupid beliefs that people have.
Yeah.
And they kind of sort of play into that energy. Not that they push any kind of narratives in the films themselves. They don't though. I do want to make that clear. They don't.
Yeah.
But they use that underlying current of these things, right? To motivate people to come see their films, right?
Yeah.
And they play to those beliefs a little bit, right? Just to keep people interested in that. Because like I'm saying, Texas and California would never team up.
Oh, you should see the
That's
comments in the trailer. Like,
Right.
It's hilarious.
Right. They would never, it wouldn't be them.
Yeah, we want them to stop coming right now.
You know what I'm saying? So it's funny. It's funny, but they play into that though. And I don't knock them, but I feel like people are starting to have like a high level of reverence for that production company.
It's
that I think folks need to fall back on.
I don't know the actor's name, but I've seen him in plenty of movies, and he always has this weird look about him, right? And in this scene is he's a military guy, and we don't know which side he's on. Like I can't tell which side he's on, right? And he stops. I guess the main characters that are in the movie, and the military guy asks, it's like, are you? What are you? And the people running around are saying, we're American. And the military guy just kind of sits there, just stares at them. He has his like yellow tinted glasses, and he's just looking at them with his rifle. And he goes like, well, what kind of American? And like his people that are with him, like they draw the guns on them, and then it cuts off into another scene. I'm like, dude, that's gonna be insane. Like, what kind of American are you?
There you go. You see, they're playing into that, not for ill, I feel, but to get people motivated to watch the films.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's what they're doing, clearly.
Yeah, it
and
looks
they
like
do
it's
that
gonna
with
be good.
all their films too. They do that with all their films.
No, I want to see
That's
it. I do want to see it.
That's the undercurrent to their film. So it's just like
I might end up seeing it by myself because I don't think any of my other buddies. Some of them are like so political, and I'm like, I hate that. I'm not
That's the thing
political
about it,
whatsoever.
Right.
I just want to see a movie because the scenes looks amazing. They're attacking like these monuments and everything, the White House, which you'll never see unless it happens one day. But I'm just saying, in the movie, it just looks so amazing to see. Like,
it looks crazy.
God, it looks nuts, right? And just like with Independence Day, when I saw the White House get blown up, I was like, oh my God, that looks awesome.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the disaster porn movie.
Yes.
They called them disaster porn because that's all it was. Like you would see iconic places being destroyed all the time.
Yes. And it's just, it's just, I think it looks awesome. I want to go see it. I might end up seeing it by myself. And I really don't care. I love going to movies by myself. So
It looks good. It looks good though. I'm not gonna front. Like I just noticed what they do, and it kind of kills the mystique once you see like behind the scenes a little bit, right? Yeah. Like it kills the mystique for me just a little bit. But I like what they're doing though.
Yeah, Texas and California.
What's that movie? Where the airplanes are falling out of the sky.
Air Force.
Yeah. Nah, I'm trying to think of the actors and actresses. I can't remember. It's like this. It was a rich guy. The stream has ended.
No, just me sharing the screen.
Okay. Yeah. No. There's a rich guy. Who was the rich guy in the Bentley? It was a black dude, his daughter, and they rented their house out.
Oh yes, I saw that. It was good, dude.
Oh, that's vaguely familiar.
I like it.
They rented their house out. I'm trying to remember who the guy was.
Mashallah Ali, wasn't it?
Oh, Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, yes.
Mahershala Ali, and his daughter.
Yeah.
And so the world was falling apart. If I hadn't watched that movie, I wouldn't be interested in the Civil War. I just watched that movie like last month.
Oh, did you? It was good. Did you like it?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't like the way it ended, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, because okay, I like zombies.
I like.
So,
Zombies.
like-
I love zombies. Give me a zombie movie any day.
Yeah, I love it. But
tired of
see,
zombie stuff.
you people. So look,
Wait, what did he say?
he says he's
Said
tired
you
of zombies, but he always says that though.
Oh yeah.
He's
yeah.
tired of
I always
zombies.
am. I'm so tired of zombies.
So like,
That's just me.
and always
Have you watched the 28 Days movies?
I've seen
Oh, yeah.
the first one, not the second one.
No, they're both good. Yeah, watch.
Yeah.
But do you okay? You're tired of zombies, but like, Tech, do you ever think about what would I do in this situation? Like, would I want to be friends, or would I be like Kevin Bacon and like closed off to everybody? Would I be trusting, like in Walking Dead, like they basically having to recruit and try to increase their numbers and find friendly people? Or would you just, because like, just imagine like here in Texas, everybody's got guns.
Right.
And then my pink friends, they buy like all of the ammo. So it's like, would you even have ammo? It's like, man,
Part
what
of
would you
me-
do?
Part of me wants to be trusting and get with a group that knows what they're doing, because I have no idea what they're doing. Right?
Right.
But at the same time, I'd rather be alone, because like I know I could just trust myself and whoever's with me, like my family, and then that's it. But then I know we're limited on what we can do to survive. Yeah. So it's kind of tough, because I mean, I don't know how to farm. Wish I did, but I don't. I just don't live in that type of area where
Environment.
I don't. I'm a city guy, so I don't know. But I do have
Yeah, 'cause,
friends.
like-
But I do have friends that do own guns. They have like an arsenal of guns. And
You don't own guns, Tech?
I don't. No way. No.
I don't, but I want to get what they call AR-15 and 1911.
My
pistols.
friends.
Definitely wanna get
There's
one
a
of
group
those,
of friends
but
that
I
hang
don't-
That's
out
what I
with.
got, a 1911. That's my carry gun.
There's a
But like,
there's a group of friends I hang out with, and we all went camping one time, and they brought their guns, and it was like a small portion of their collection, and we had a table full of just rifles and pistols and whatever else they brought, right?
Oh my.
And we went to this lease area, and we just kind of shot stuff, like bottles and signs and stuff like that. And I didn't have any, so I was like, dude, I'll give you guys some money for the ammo, whatever we're waiting. Oh, don't worry about it. We got plenty of ammo. I was like, all right, cool, man. Whatever. And so after we were done, I'm one of the few that don't own one out of the group. It's like, hey, you're not interested in guns? It's like, I have no interest in his guns, man, at all. Nothing. It's like, why? And I was like, I just don't. It doesn't attract me. I don't know. Just have no desire to own one. I mean,
They
what would
try
I?
so hard to get you into it, right?
Yeah, it's like, what would I do with it other than it's like, okay, I have it there for protection. I was like, okay, it's like, I don't know. That's it. That's all. I'll have it up in my closet in a case, locked away for those just in case moments.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like not for me. I
now I have it because stupid people have guns.
Yeah.
Because I was like you, I never cared. It's like I could fight. I felt like I could protect myself. But then when I realized that like everybody had a gun but me, it's like, okay. Especially working in Louisiana, where I'm like the super minority. Like I remember going to this chicken place. I can't remember the name of it, but it looks like Sinclair. Y'all ever see a Sinclair gas station with like, it's got like the Brontosaurus and everything in front, kind of like the Flintstones gas station? Never seen it?
maybe when I went down there.
Okay. Well, there's this chicken house in Sulphur, Louisiana. So I went in there. It's got like a classic look at the old gas pumps in there and stuff like that. It looks like the Sinclair gas stations. And man, if there was music playing, it would have went like everybody.
Oh,
looked
I
good.
know what Sinclair you're talking about. I just looked it up.
Yeah, it's like we don't have them here. It's like everywhere, but here. So like when I went in there, it was like everybody stopped. I almost didn't want to eat there, and I asked the waitress, "Should I be here?" She's like, "Oh no, you're fine."
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, it happened to me in Enid, Oklahoma too. Like there was nobody of my color in there. And like when I went in there, everybody stopped. But I went in there with my white coworker. He was like, "You're okay, easy." I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go see." And the waitress, she was super nice.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. But it like I guess sometimes people can't help themselves. But those were just experiences of being the only person. But I had this one guy, people, certain people, they either have numbers or they have a weapon.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, you know what? I'm not gonna just be out here naked like this, because like I don't know what his problem with me was, but he pulled on side of me, stared in my car, and like rode on side of me. And I was like, oh no, this will be the last time. And down here we don't have to wait; we just buy it.
Yeah.
Like you can go to a gun show and leave at Arsenal.
See, I have a problem where I'll buck up. Like I won't stand down. Right?
Yeah.
I'm armless. It's just me and my hands, and that's it. And I will buck up to somebody. Like I got major road rage. I get pissed, and I've chased some people before, and yelled at them.
Bro, I chased somebody day for yesterday.
You told me last year. You told me a story last year that made me think, yeah, he's not playing around.
Yeah. But I do this when I'm by myself. There's been a couple of times when I did it when my kids were around, and it was just like a huge mistake, right? But most of the time it's just me and that's it. But my wife, like one day I told her a story what happened. She's like, "Hey, you stupid! They could have a gun." And it's like, okay, I'm never gonna tell you again. Never gonna tell you again what happens in the streets when I'm by myself.
Bro, somebody ran me off the road the day before yesterday.
What?
And like, okay, he wanted to get over, he or she, probably, I don't know. So what happened was there was the car in front of them was going slow, so they just cut me. Like if I didn't go into the shoulder, they would have ran me over. So what I did, I said, you know what, I'm gonna scare them. I stay strapped. If you want to flash, if you want to scream, okay. So I followed them for about a good 20 miles, and they were trying to get away from me. Bro, Houston is huge. I was on this was from 45 South to 610 to
the cops, man. Because they could have given them your plate and all that shit, and then
no, I'm following them. I'm following them.
Right.
And then if they call the cops come in, they have to say, "Oh, I'm threatening them," or basically explain why I'm following them in the first place. Yeah. So no, they weren't gonna call the cops. Dude, this person was going through all the traffic, was making almost hit somebody else trying to like this truck with a little trailer. He almost ran him over. Bro, I was like, after the third time, where the third near miss for them, I said, okay, I did enough. This person is scared.
So here's another story that I got, and this is a few years ago. And this is with the whole family. Now, remember, Realist, you said, you went somewhere in Louisiana and you had to ask, right? It's like, is it okay for me to be here? Right?
Yeah.
You don't know if you felt comfortable or something's going to happen or something like that. I've never really had that feeling. I don't know, because I'm light. I'm like a little bit lighter than your typical Mexican guy, and I kind of fit in, right? Even though I have some Hispanic features, but I've really never asked myself, do I belong here? Am I comfortable here? Right? And I've been in some bad places where I shouldn't be at, but I go anyways. Right? So this one vacation, we went down to Glen Rose. No. Some place, I forgot, not Glen Rose, but it was some other place. And wife's like, hey, try to find a barbecue place. I'm like, all right, cool. And so I was looking on Yelp and some review stuff, and everybody would say, yeah, if you're going to be in this city, go ahead and go to this one barbecue place. It's really good, and you got great drinks, and whatever. Well, it turns out that this place is like in the sticks, right? There's nothing else, just a road.
In the boonies.
Yes, it's in the boonies, right? And I'm like, okay. So, of course, we get there, and wife is like, dude, what kind of place did you bring us to? It's like, it's a barbecue place, right? That's me. That's my innocence of me. I was like, it's a barbecue place. What do you mean?
You asked for it.
I
Barbecue
was
place,
like, I
right?
don't think this is a place for black people. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable. It's like, come on, let's get some drinks. We'll be fine, whatever, you know? And we stay there, and there was other black folk there that showed up. But I mean, it's like, she had that uncomfortable feeling. It's like, there's nothing but white people in this. I'm like, okay, who's being the racist
That's
here now?
me and
Right?
the South. Like, I'm a dude from the East. I've been in the dirtiest hoods. And I'm sure if I went to LA, although there is concern that there's certain places I don't want to be getting still, because you know, it's even if I'm in an area with black people, they can look at me as the ops because because they don't recognize me, and why am I doing anything hood? Besides that, I'm sure I'll be fine there, right? But but at least that's a level of danger I'm comfortable with.
Well,
right?
man, let me tell you, once
Going
she
to
had
the
one
South
drink,
as a black man, though,
Yeah.
I don't know how I would feel.
once she got that
wherever,
one
ever.
drink and like a plate of whatever barbecue we got, like that warriorsome just went out the window. I'm like, man, see,
Listen, man. Eventually, I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna be with y'all. It don't matter. I'm not gonna have that fear. But I'm saying I don't want to go to like South Carolina for no reason. You feel me?
But see, we live in major cities. Because you say
Right.
like, why would you even ask that question? Because see, I used to be a pipeline inspector, so like, and they don't do chemical plants in major cities. It's
Right.
always in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, it's like
Right.
Beaumont,
So, like-
Baytown, and all that.
Right. So when I was in Sulphur, like, they told me it was a good place because one of my boys, what we call him, CW, he was straight up hillbilly, and he was like, man, you ought to come hang out with me easy. I was like, all right. First off, am I welcome? He stopped.
Mm.
He thought about it. Nah, we're gonna find somewhere else to go.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying?
he doesn't
You
think
know,
about it, right? He's not treating you that way, so he didn't think about it.
But
when he said
because people like we're cool. You'll be cool with everybody. No,
that.
some people, they just don't care how cool you are,
Right.
how nice you are, how many
Right.
drinks you buy, and nothing. And I don't buy people drinks anyway. So like I had to ask him because I got another boy from Mississippi.
Mhm.
You know, we spend a lot of our time talking about, the Confederate flag ain't racist. I'm like, okay, whatever, bro.
Mm.
And then he finally made me tell him about the history of the Confederate flag because I had to learn because my other buddy, he told me the same thing. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go educate myself. I probably know more about the Confederate flag than most of these white boys out here saying it's not racist. But anyway, so I hang with these guys, and then they assume that I'm cool. I'm gonna be cool with everybody. Man, I went to like this boot scoot boogie place in Oklahoma. I fit right in, cool. But then afterwards, there's this restaurant, and I didn't know that this restaurant was on the news. He didn't have the signs then, but okay, maybe they're on the inside, but I didn't see him. No, he's allowed. He's been on
Really?
the news. He don't like Asians. He don't like nobody. He's been on the news, and I didn't know. So it's always good to ask these questions, man, because
Right.
your white friends will think it's all good because you're cool with them, but nah, everybody ain't like you, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why I can't stand when white folks like act like racism is out there. Well, that's not even racism. That's bigotry. They act like it doesn't exist
Yeah.
and things like that.
Right.
But it does. And you better make sure you're good to go. Get out there,
Because it's
get your ass beat.
Because it's twofold. Number one, they're not like that usually when they say that, right? So they don't see it. It's like the example you gave, right? And then you asked him and he thought about it. And he was like, oh, because he wasn't thinking about it like that, right? The other thing is, even when they are, and this is not even, and the first thing is not a prerequisite, but let's just say they fit the box of number one, right? Number two is, they're white. They don't understand their privilege. It just is what it is. They don't understand, right? So that is very hard to get across the concept, right? That's very hard as a concept to get across to people,
Yeah.
right? Because they that's just their life they live. They don't get it, right? And so they'll say stuff like that and it's so tone deaf. It's like the first couple of times when when Mrs. Clinton was saying all lives matter in response to the chance of Black Lives Matter. He didn't understand what that meant, right? And they were speaking, and she's responding in terms of, logic, like you were saying, right? Like, just, this is a barbecue place. Duh. Not, oh, this guy's been in the news. He hates N-words, you know what I'm saying? And everybody else is not white. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro,
just not thinking that way.
you can Google it. It'll be easy.
Oh,
I did a job
believe
in Enid. I did a job in Enid, Oklahoma. ENID. And you can put racist restaurant owner Enid, Oklahoma. He should be dead by now, because I did that job a long time ago. But yeah, bro, like when you go there, a place like that, it's probably like 80% white and like 15% Marshallese, and then a few of us scattered in there. So man, I'm not. And there's one way in and one way out.
Mhm.
Those types of, huh?
Go ahead.
This is the way.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying those are the type of places, kind of like Sulphur. Like, you exit off of I-10, you go up the street, and you'll be there.
Yeah.
Like, you can keep on going. I don't know what's behind it, but
I'll tell you this: the only place that I felt nervous going, and I've been some shady places. The only place that I had worries, I had to worry about being in a certain town, was when I was working in the oil field, and I had to go to Jasper, Texas. And if anybody knows about Jasper, there was a famous murder case that happened. One black dude, James Byrd, got dragged around by.
He got dragged. He got dragged till his skin came off.
Yep, came apart.
Wow.
So when the oil company told me, hey, we need you to go to Jasper, I was like, really? And this is years after it happened. And I was like, really? You want me to go to Jasper? That's the only time when I felt nervous about going, because I already knew what would happen.
But you know something? It's not that bad there.
No, it's not.
It's just those.
It's just
people
history. Just a piece of history.
And especially after, well, not immediately because it was years later, but after that happened, you would think it's the safest because all eyes is on that spot. It's probably safe to do it then.
Yeah, it was that those two idiots. But the place that you can't, well, and see, this is the thing. We got a place called Fighter, right? Now that's a place where the Klan is active. And so but the problem is they are losing money. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to live there. So now they're trying to create a new image for the little town. It's right off I-10. Right down the street is the Brothers of the Wind, whatever, Confederate monument on MLK Street.
Wow.
In Orange, Texas. So yeah, it's crazy, man. But I mean, I love everybody. I grew up in North Carolina, and I didn't know what racism was till I came to Texas. Now, I knew this one old white man didn't like me, but that was cool. I mean, he sat on his porch and stared me down, and that was that. But when I came to Texas, that's when I started to actually learn what it was. It's like, oh, okay.
I don't think my son, older one, realizes yet about his mix. That he's 25% black, 25% Chinese, and half Mexican. I don't think he's aware of that yet. He's only in 7th grade, so
seventh grade.
He's in 7th grade.
Listen, bro,
and
I don't know, bro.
His school is very heavily minority, right? There's a lot of Indians.
Okay, see, that's the thing about it. I remember growing up in a time when it was, but by the 7th grade, bro, everybody's like, but it's different. Bro, some things aren't that different. In the 7th grade, bro, some of his friends may be getting it in already.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? It just is. It is a thing. He probably is. Listen, I'm not saying he's anything he even understands, even how the physics of it work. I don't know what he knows, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is he's already in an environment where there are certain people of his age already doing that, maybe in his class already, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his eyes will open more and more as the days go by, because that's the point of age where he is right now. So, does he understand? Does his younger brother, you said, was 7 or so, right?
Younger one's 8, and he's just he's totally innocent of everything.
Because I always believe that 7 is the age where you've heard of the difference between right and wrong, but that's the point where you're supposed to see it in action.
No,
it's kind of like how
what we've told him is like, you're part black,
right,
and part Chinese,
right,
and like part Mexican, right? He's like, yeah, but he's like, he doesn't think nothing of it. He's like, okay, that's what I am, and
right,
then that's
right.
it. He just moves
right.
on.
He doesn't see, but like, for example, what Realist was saying earlier, he didn't really like know racist. Like, had you heard of the term by that point? At what age was that?
No, I didn't. No, I
okay,
didn't. I came here for the first time like 9.
Okay, see, that's the thing about it. This is what I was gonna say. Well, then apparently that wasn't your experience, but I would think by 9, you at least would see it in the media. They talk about it in cartoons and stuff about, the around our age, or even like a couple years after mine. It was in our media, right?
Yeah.
They were teaching us about this stuff, right? So it's hard for me to imagine you didn't at least know of the concept of it, right? But there's a difference to knowing something of fact, but then to experience it yourself and then understand.
Well,
right?
you gotta understand, man. I'm a military brat, so like my dad was like in drill when I was in kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's mostly white boys in the military there, and he's drilling and he's hanging out after work with them. So that means that all of my friends are white. I had a couple people from Hawaii, and one other black little dude, and that was it. So like, and I guess when it comes to like people saying we're all American, it would have to be on the military base, bro. You understand? So I didn't hear anything of it. I never had a problem. We would go to the store. Everybody was friendly. But when I came here, it was just a totally different attitude. Because like talking about my kids, the only reason why they knew is because of TV.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Tech, you know where I live. I live like probably the demo is probably 85% white.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the classrooms are probably 85% white.
Mm-hmm.
And no problems. No, my kids never came home and said, I'm being mistreated by my teacher, or I have trouble making friends. Nothing. And all of the black kids are it's breed.
Now, in my son's first school, he was having a problem with the teacher. Teacher always had like a thing against him. There was always some complaint. And my wife, being defending mom, she's like, it's because he's not white. It's like, no, it's like you gotta know who your son is as well. It's like he's doing something, right?
Yeah, bro.
Not that I'm defending the teacher, like I'm not. Like, whose side are you on? Are you on the teacher's side or your son? Like, dude, I'm on the family side, but at the same time, you gotta be realistic here and open your eyes. It's like, what is he doing in the first place? He's getting called out,
Yeah.
It's like, yes, he's our angel. He's little our innocent angel, but at the same time, sometimes he has his moments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's
like,
just be
like
real.
all of them.
They all have their moments. So, maybe maybe he did something that the teacher didn't approve of, and then of course we're gonna hear about it. Yeah. So then it was like, we're gonna take him out of this school. We're gonna put him in some charters. All right, put him in a charter school then.
Man, that's the same thing that happened to me. That's why I ended up in Catholic school. Right, my 3rd grade teacher, like, my parents thought he was being racist. My older brother explained to me, like, no, because that's how I ended up being in Mensa, right? But that was when afterwards to my 5th grade teacher, right? Yeah. In the Catholic school, was saying the same thing that my 3rd grade teacher was telling me in the public school, right? Yeah. And I'm telling you, that Catholic school was a year behind the public school and everything. Like everything I learned in the 3rd grade, I was relearning over again in the 4th grade. And I was just like yawning all day, right? Which is part of the reason why they figured out, right? And so they were like, my parents thought it was just some racism thing, but it wasn't. And my brother explained that. Like, and then my parents felt stupid wasting all that money, in tuition for a private school for no reason. But I mean, that's just how it ends up, right? Sometimes they don't want to hear anything, right, at all, because they just think they get instantly defensive. Yeah, I'm thinking about parents, right? Yeah. Instantly defensive, and it could be anything. You don't even know but you instantly you jump into it's got to be something negative, and it wasn't at all. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes.
Mostly mamas.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but my father was in on that one too. That time, I have to
What?
say. It wasn't just my mom. It was my mom and my dad.
I felt like
they
my
both
daddy
thought.
never believed me.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I remember once, and this was once again in the 5th grade. It was just funny. This happened. A lot of stuff happened in 5th grade. My parents started realizing they were wrong about a lot of minor things. Right? My mom would be upset if I came home with no homework at all. Right?
Oh, that's
like,
me
oh,
right
I'm lying. I
now.
don't have
That's
homework.
me right now
I used
being
to
all
hate-
pissed at my son.
Right? But I really didn't get any homework. Right? So one day, I said to the teacher,
Give me some
and I
homework.
said this. And no, I didn't say that. But I said this at the end of the class, and the class was over, and she couldn't do it because I also thought, dude, she might have signed some, and then the whole class is gonna have some. And they're all gonna be mad at me, right? So I went to her afterwards. I said, my parents are gonna be mad because they think, oh, I should be having homework all the damn time, even though it's not really fit. Like if you feel you don't need to, then you don't need to. If you do, you do. Whatever. I'm doing well in your school, in your class anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. But they're gonna complain to me and act like I'm lying because you didn't assign us any homework in any class. And this in the 5th grade back then, it was the one teacher who taught all my subjects, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't until like the next year after where I would have different teachers for different subjects, and then like a
Homework will come
type of
in.
teacher,
Yeah.
right? A homeroom or whatever type of situation. I didn't have that till like the 7th or 8th grade. But and so I this is what I said to her, right? And then of course Monday morning, right? And the school was like 3 or 4 blocks away, so we would always watch. She would walk us, to the schoolyard and then leave, and take her ass to work, right? But like she's like, oh, when I talk to the teacher, and from as far away, I'm just like, I'm just waving her over, right? The teacher, I'm just waving her over, and she already sees the look in my face. She's like, and she's pointing at me like, you. I said, I told you. She does this all the time. Yo, my mom. And then for like a year, my mom wouldn't do that, right? And then she went back to doing it again when I was like in the 7th grade. I'm like, listen, man.
No.
And at that point, I was starting to become complete. That was the point in my life where I was being completely full of myself. I'm like, you're not going to start with this with me again now. We went through the whole. The teacher had to tell you we didn't have any. You stopped for a year, now you're back on this. And oh man,
no,
man, it was a whole thing.
That's
It was
me
a
right
whole thing.
now with my older one. Even today, I say, hey, you got any homework to do? Because he wanted to play on his computer. And I go,
right.
You got any homework? No. And so you're telling me you came all week, no homework. Well, I had a test yesterday. I said, okay, you had a test for one subject. What about your other subject? We don't have any homework. I'm like, really?
Dude, that's annoying.
It's like your shows are not, your grades are not showing that, right?
Maybe so, but they didn't assign me nothing. Why do you want me to tell you?
I know,
that?
and it is like they
That's what I
just
would
didn't
say.
sign anything. I'm like, all right.
It's different now, man. Like they don't do homework. They don't have homework.
Oh well,
Must be.
I would have loved that. I hated homework. It was stupid. Like I went to class all day.
But there's always
what am I doing more at home?
The one thing my son can't see the difference of is homework and studying. He thinks it's one and
That's
the same.
different.
He thinks
Right,
it's
that's
one and the
different.
same, and it's not.
Right, that's different.
And
That's
I try to
different.
tell him, it's like, you need to study. I don't have any homework. I'm not saying you have homework. I'm saying you need to study.
Right.
You need to go
That's
over your
different,
stuff.
yeah. Right, but at the same time, though, he's worried about the same thing I'm worried about. If you keep pushing it and then go talk to the teacher, and then what's the teacher going to do? Compensate by having more homework. That's why I said to her, even before I said what I said, listen, I don't want you all of a sudden assigning more homework just because. That's not helping you. Like, this is your plan.
Yeah.
You're the one who put the, what do you call that together? The
Syllabus?
program, what do you call it? The what?
Syllabus?
Syllabus.
Yeah, the syllabus together, right?
Yeah.
But it was a different term they were used for grade school. But yes, the syllabus together,
Curriculum.
right? You have your curriculum together. That's the term. You the one who put the curriculum together. You know what to do to teach. And I was in 10th. I was 10 years old. I was in 5th grade. I already understood that much, right? I'm like, and I'm doing well in class. So I'm not failing or anything, but you're going to give me more homework while I'm doing great, right? And everybody's going to be mad at me. Listen, you've dealt with Haitian parents. You've been teaching here for long enough where you dealt with Haitian parents and you already know what it is. I shouldn't have to tell you too much. And this was a white one, but still, right?
Yeah.
Like, you should already know what it is. Just appease her or whatever, and then leave me out of it. I'm not doing nothing wrong. Leave me alone. But parents keep going in it. So listen, he's probably thinking the same thing when he's getting annoyed by it. Number one, you're asking him to study.
Oh, I told him, it's like, look, I told him.
But at the same time,
I've told him.
You're making it harder for him. You're making it harder for him.
I know you're going to be annoyed, but I'm never going to get tired asking you.
Right.
Do you have it?
But he's trying to be concerned about if word gets back that all of a sudden there's more homework because his dad was complaining about it, and they're all going to be up his ass. Yeah. Right? He's at the age where he don't need that to be happening to him now. So you got to watch what you say and do about certain things because you know damn well our parents never even considered that. Right? Yeah. And you know how that can affect especially the youth. You got to like be mindful of that kind of shit.
What's a youth?
And it just the youths. Oh no! What was that movie? What did you say?
My Cousin Vinny.
These two youths. Yeah, My Cousin Vinny. Yeah. These two youths. But yeah, man, it actually is important because I remember, and I've spoken to like nieces and nephews, like my younger nieces who are in their 20s now. They said it was the same thing. Their parents didn't get it, but and many times I would say to them, you notice how that stopped all of a sudden? They're like, yeah. I said, you're welcome, and they would go, you're welcome. Because I told my brothers and sisters, like, you need to chill with all of that. Y'all tried that against me and it didn't help. It only made things worse. Don't do that to them. I remember having a conversation with all of them. And then apparently that's exactly what they did listen to me and it stopped. But so it does affect stuff, but it's hilarious, man, how people don't perceive the impact of their actions that far. But there you go.
What a tangent. Anything goes Thursday, man.
It's pretty much what you said.
That's pretty much what I said, man.
Yep.
We had some gaming stuff. We had some sports stuff. We had some
race relations,
light political stuff. You know? And then childhood stuff. Oh. And we still.
Because like, what's going on though?
What is going on? Yeah.
You know, because it's like, hey, I know. Okay. They say PlayStation's gonna have a show. Y'all believe it?
Eventually they'll have
they
one,
will.
But doesn't mean. Well, they'll have one eventually. But
is it a banger
we all
show?
know
Probably
that
not.
Guys talk. Well, yeah, probably not. But what these dudes are talking about don't know nothing. They're just saying that.
Not just saying.
They're saying that eventually there's gonna be one. Of course they will. And probably coming soon, right? Because it's about time that they had another one. Microsoft as well, right?
Well, they had one in January.
Right, but
yeah, Microsoft has an annual showcase.
Right,
they had one in January.
But what I'm
they're gonna have one
saying
in June, so that's 6 months apart. So they're gonna have something in the middle, maybe? No.
Yeah. Because this usually happens around this time anyway, where they all three have something.
Yeah.
Even if it's something small, right? So these guys who are saying that will then be like, "See, I was right." I'm not right. Anything. You're just talking shit because you have nothing else to say. These PlayStation guys usually like that. Yeah. You're not going to hear that from an Xbox person. You're not going to hear that from a Nintendo person. You're not going to hear that from any other platform allegiance. No. It's that simple.
No. All right, man. Let's end it. We did 2 hours of BS. We have fun. So, all right. Go. I don't know. Poe, he probably left. He's like, man, this is getting too heavy for me.
Yeah. Nah, he must have left a while ago. But
yeah, Poe did. Punty left. Punty never
left. I know. Punty left. He said, "Peace out." All right.
Yes.
All right, guys. Good night. Easy. Just a simple. We're out of here and bye.